Hello again to Garrett Layout in HO scale. We run Norfolk Southern, we run CSX, of course we want to bless our troops. We also have some Peterbilt, little Kenworth, never forget John 3:16. Alright, we're going to begin our day with an SD40-2 NS 5301. The conductor is Fat Belly Bill, and the engineer is Steve. Are they fixing to back onto the inbound-outbound main track for Garrettville? When they back down the inbound-outbound main track, that'll take them over to Garrettville Industrial Park, where they're going to pick up a empty nitrogen tanker from Columbia company, that is, and a Tropicana empty reefer. Let's watch. Alright, you're going to see the NS 5301 coming back from Garrettville Industrial Park and headed into the Garrettville Yard off of the inbound main. Now they're fixing to back up onto the Garrettville Yard main track, which is also for building trains and classifying trains. The loaded gondola and the rest of the manifest train will be backing onto Anthony Salvage Team Track to make room for the new cars, the Tropicana reefer and the nitrogen empty tank. Then NS 5301 is going to go over and pick up 3 loaded NS open hoppers, 3-bay that is, at Garrett Mine. Let's watch. Alright. This is the Garrett Mine Team Track where the 5301 is going to load the 3 hoppers. These are all small granite chips made from the boulders at the distribution plant, where they grind them up, distribute them, either by rail or sometimes they distribute them by dump truck. As you can see, today is Saturday because the front loaders aren't working. Even though a couple people are there for the mine, the rest of them are off. Alright, now we're on to the transition track from the Garrettville NS and Garrett Mine Team Track back to the inbound, outbound main. In this case, they're backing down the outbound main towards the Garrettville Yard storage main track. And here's the main track once again for Garrettville Yard storage. Or I like to call it where they classify and declassify any trains that are coming in or going out. Bring it on back, Steve. Big Belly Bill said. I think you could tell why they call him Fat Belly Bill. Look at that big old tummy. All right, that concludes getting the train ready. Now we're going to tie down and park the NS 5301 for the day. Make the switch change, and then 5301 backs down the transition track back to the Garrett Mine team track and also the NS team track. You see some crossing lights and stuff there. Those will be changed soon. Got some stuff coming in. The re-railer will stay in place. All right. Just a minute, you're going to see 5301 pull down onto the NS divisional track or team track. In the front there, you see the NS MOW train that we have here in Garrettville. All right. Bring her in there a little more, Steve. A little more. A little more. All right. Just better. There you go. All right. Let's shut her down and tie her down for the day. Next, you're going to see CSX 4683 from Newcastle Yard. He's coming in here to pick up the now 34 outbound NS back to Newcastle Yard. The 4680 is a Mack. Conductor is Mark. Engineer is Philip. There's Mark. Bring it on back, Philip. Let's get this picked up and get back to our base. The Garrettville to Newcastle and back is about a 4-hour train ride. In this case, it would be Newcastle to Garrettville and Garrettville back to Newcastle. All right, here we go. Pick them up and heading out. We basically run NS in the yard and over to the local deliveries and such. And then CSX is our inbound and outbound locomotives. All right. We're stopped waiting clearance.
Good morning.
And we're fixing to get the clearance. Now, my wife was talking about the word blue. That's what we use for the outbound trains in the morning. We call them blue. And the ones at night, we call them orange. Just a little Garrettville terminology. Now, in a moment, you're going to see the CSX 4683 passing Sampson's Bend. Eventually, where you see those dividers under there, we're going to add some rock there. Just haven't been able to get around to it. Also plan on putting up some blue sky behind the mountains. Next up is Garrett Mountain Tunnel. This is where the trains leave Garrettville onto a Y main track. And then that Y goes down to 2 tracks, an inbound and outbound track. And that takes you over to Newcastle. Looks like one of the welders there is finishing up, getting some empty acetylene tanks, get them ready for pickup on Monday.